y'all, it's Mama Hofmann. As you know, I recently launched a page to talk about fostering and teach people how to foster from intake at a facility or an agency to adoption for when the animal is, 2 pounds, 8 to 10 weeks and ready to go home. So one of my friends reached out to me and said, hey, I really think you need to do a video about you and personally address people and tell them why you're doing what you do. So here I am. My name is Donna. This is Vincent, who's actually a foster fail. This is Blossom, who's actually a foster fail cat. And there's my dog, Holly. Holly, what you doing? Say hi. You say hi? You say hi? She's my love. Okay, so why I do what I do. That's interesting because I was 6 years ago, the person that was like, ooh, I don't want to come to your house and eat dinner because you have animals. I don't know if they've touched everything in your house. I see your cats all over the place. No, thank you. I've heard that God has a sense of humor, and I am a Christian, so there's no other answer. I mean, there's no way I would have ever done this on my own. Originally, I had students. I'm a special ed teacher. I just retired in June. I had students that were volunteering at the Humane Society, and I so didn't want to go at first, but I ended up going and falling in love. And I, started getting a feel for how shelters work with when they have excess. It's people would come and say, I've got this dog I need to drop off, and they would say, I'm sorry, we're at capacity. And I would think, oh my gosh, that's terrible. What do you do? Well, if they have a foster, that animal can be taken in, and you can take them until they're well enough, until they're old enough, until they're big enough to be fixed, and then go out for adoption. Sometimes animals come in that have been hit by a car, and maybe they've lost a limb. Maybe they have just gone through some trauma and just need time to heal and recover and have some respite at somebody's house. So that's another thing that fosters do. My favorite thing to do is to, and if you would have said 6 years ago I was going to do this, I would have said you were crazy. But a bucket list item for me became fostering pregnant cats. Again, sense of humor. So I really have enjoyed doing that. This one that I have now is I think she's my 6th or 7th. I'm not even sure. But I like going through the entire process of bringing the pregnant cat home, trying to get a relationship with them going so that when they do give birth, they trust you and you can kind of help them through that process. I think it's a need. I know a lot of people that would say, I can't foster because I would get so attached and I wouldn't be able to part with them. And okay, but fostering saves lives. That's the bottom line. If you don't take this cat in and we can't place it, it's going to end up in the community, and maybe it's going to have those kittens, and who knows what's going to happen to them, and they won't be fixed, and the problem's just perpetuated. We need to have less stray cats and dogs in San Antonio, not more. So I wanted to, I've kind of got it down to a science, the way I prep the room, the way I work with the animals. It's all, and I am not a trained vet. I am not a vet tech. I don't play one on TV. I don't have any, this doesn't come from any place except my own experience. A lot of it's trial and error, school of hard knocks, learning things the hard way, whatever. Which, I don't usually make the same mistake twice, so I guess I'm a fast learner. But anyway, I'm very excited to chronicle this entire process with this cat. And she came from an apartment complex where people were tossing her scraps. Somebody was feeding her dry food. She probably ate whatever, but just like a human that's pregnant, you need better nutrition and you need care. So I picked her up a couple of days ago. She's doing really well. And the first videos that I put up is still room prep. I've made lots of videos very specific about the way I do things. And And like I said, it's just the way I like to do it. But I really hope that people will join me on this journey and watch all of the videos. And I'm numbering them so you can start with number 1 and go all the way through and watch all of them. None of them are even 3 minutes at this point. So I'm trying to keep them short and sweet so that you can get some tips. Maybe you've had some issues with, you know, how to place a litter box or whatever. I do talk a little bit about products that I like and don't like. Nobody's endorsing me. I'm not getting any kickbacks from anybody. That's just my own personal opinion. So I hope that you'll join me on this journey, and we'll see how Marcy does. And the 5th video, I introduce her, and there's going to be more to come. Night.